FitFreshers on Spark.
Hello, I'm here with Michael for FitFreshers, and you are part of the kickboxing club here in Sunderland Uni, aren't you?
I am, yes. The kickboxing self-defense class, and today I'm going to be showing you just a couple of things that we currently do in the class. Don't worry, no one's going to get hurt.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. And just to give you a bit of a taster about what it's going to be like.
I'm also joined by Tom Hannett, Drivetime presenter, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. And we've been roped into fighting each other, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm here. I'm the puniest person. I did used to do jiu-jitsu. I got a belt.
You got one belt.
I might have got two, but I think I nicked one of my mates.
Very impressive. I actually used to do karate, so just watch yourself. Okay, so do you want to give us a demonstration and we'll follow you, or?
Right, yeah. So there's two sort of main things that I do. One is kickboxing, and there's a variety of different techniques that you can do. I don't normally do it with a microphone in hand, so I'll just explain what it is first, and then I'll demonstrate the technique, okay? So, one of the first things that I tend to tell people is that you get people who are flailers, who literally they just start swinging, and it just comes in left, right and centre. Oh no, what's going to happen? Now I'm going to show you the difference between somebody who is a flailer and somebody who is a little more trained in the art of being able to hit somebody with a variety of different techniques. Okay, so 2 seconds.
So you're showing us flailer.
So I'm showing you a flailer. You get somebody who's just got and they have their eyes shut and they can't see where somebody's going.
Windmill technique.
Windmill technique.
That's
exactly.
my favourite of mine.
They have their eyes shut, they're just swinging away, they can't even see, they normally have their head down, and they could have just walked off, got a kebab and then come back or something like that.
Can I just say that is good in a foam party if you're stuck in the middle of the foam?
Oh
if
yeah.
Windmill your way out, sort of.
Oh yeah. Some people call it swimming, you know, it's just like, oh god! Right, difference between that and somebody who's a little bit more trained, they're able to land a few more strikes, but also be able to keep their eye on their opponent and be able to move back, move forward, use different strikes, and do it with minimal effort.
Okay, now I'm nervous because I have really awful balance and I'm not coordinated in the slightest, and that looked really difficult to me. So.
No. What I'm going to do is going to break it down.
Okay.
So rather than just going, here's a whole lot of stuff and then doing it,
Right.
we're going to do each technique one at a time. Okay. So first of all, you've got your lead hand straight. Right, which is just literally a jab. So what I want you to do is, first of all, your stance.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do that.
Stand roughly shoulder width apart. Right. Take a reasonable stride forward with your left foot. We both know our left. Excellent.
Yes, got the first bit right.
Now I'm going to just turn around a little bit so you can see this. Currently, your feet are flat.
Are we going to turn around?
Yeah, just to watch me. Yeah. Your rear foot. Imagine that there's a small egg underneath it. Right. And you spring your rear heel just a little bit. Okay? So you just got like that. Now the reason you do this is so that you can spring forward and spring back much more effectively. If you're flat-footed, and people have probably heard of flat-footed before, you tend to
dragging your feet around.
Dragging your feet around, so you're a bit more springy step, you can sort of move around.
Oh god.
Okay, so next thing, you've got to have your guard up. So have your rear hand, glue it to your chin. Imagine you're on an old school telephone, something like that. Okay. Second thing, your hand goes on something called the runway. Okay, which is literally from exactly runway. Now, all it is you have your lead hand, so your left hand comes to here. Your elbow goes to about where your waist is, and you point towards your opponent. Okay. Now, Tom, if I can borrow you for a second.
Yeah, I'm not really good at this.
If you stand just front and centre.
You're going to punch me, are you?
No. I'm just going to demonstrate this, okay? So just take your guard. So left foot forward.
Left foot forward.
Yeah. Bend your knees just a little bit, and then spring your step. Glue this, and then point that.
Yeah.
Right. So when I demonstrate as to where this actual hand goes, I say point it like a gun. Okay. So if my hand's like down here, I point like a gun, I'm going to start shooting the floor. If it's here, I'm going to start shooting the ceiling. I want it here, pointing at my opponent. Okay? So I can literally bang. So. And he's not harmed. Yeah. Look at that, right? So, lady, if you both want to just take your guard, so left foot forward, bend your knees just slightly, and get your guard up, so rear hand against your chin, lead hand just pointing out. And I want you to point like a gun towards your opponent. That's it. Exactly right. So, relax. Relax. Right, so you've got your stance, right? Now the good thing with your stance is you can literally fire anything from this particular position, right? But the word stance is very static. So you're like, I am in my stance, I am ready for combat. Yeah! But it's more fluid. Yeah? You're moving around just ever so slightly, just moving around like that, so you can literally just lash out with any particular strike at any particular point. Okay? Because if you're static like that, it's really difficult to actually throw the shots out. If you're just relaxed, then you just move around, absolutely fine. I'm doing this with these on, so it's really difficult. Right, so we're just going to do 2 strikes, all right? 2 very different strikes. We're going to do a lead hand straight, and then we're going to follow with an uppercut, all right? So, lead hand straight. You're in your stance, right? You're just moving around a little bit. You're not doing all this. You're just moving around just a little bit, just chilled out, and that kind of thing. All right, cool. Now, what I would like you to do, Rachel, is I would like you to present the target just by literally doing that. Okay. Now, this is Rachel's chin. Right, this bit here.
Pretty fat chin.
It's a pretty flat chin, yeah. And what I want you to do is try and strike that chin.
What with this hand?
Yeah, with just one hand. That's it. And again. And one more time. Right. Just one thing you need to do is you're leaning forward in order to hit the target. So Rachel, if you wouldn't mind just standing here for a moment. Let's present your target. Right, now if I lean forward, this actually upsets my balance. So Rachel, if you can grab the back of my head, that one, and pull me forward.
Bang.
Bang.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you.
No, it's fine. But this is exactly what happens, because you lean forward, you just grab height, well, you bang, and then you're over. So what you want to do is keep your balance at all times. So I want to hit that target, but I'm out of range, right? Rather than leaning forward, I'll move in, and I strike. Now if you try and grab me, pull me in, I'm not going anywhere, and I can follow up with a strike. Okay? Right. So this is the wonderful region of footwork, right? And how amazing it is. Have you got up? If you wouldn't mind present the target. Now the way I tend to actually teach this is I say, put these away, behind your back, right? Forget about your hands for a moment and just think about your footwork. And what you want to do is you want to get your rear foot, and how it's a little sprung a little bit. Imagine you're a sprinter off the blocks and just shuffle forward. Right, so push off with this foot, shuffle forward like that, just a reasonable step. Right? Keep your body straight, don't be leaning forward when you do this, just literally just move forward and smile as you move in.
You're like a line dancer.
Yeah. So once you're happy with that, then I say, right, bring your guns back. Right? So your guns back, and you're literally just doing the same thing, but your hands are there, like so. And then eventually, you start building up to that. Obviously this is like a hyper-condensed version. I'll be spending a little bit more time teaching you this, but this is literally just, in a nutshell, this is how it is. So, no pressure, but I'd like you to hit the target, okay? So get in your stance. So remember you need to shuffle forward, and then whilst you're shuffling forward, just lash out with that lead hand.
A bit too far away.
Yep. That's better.
Is that better?
That's better, definitely, yeah. And just give me 2 more. Right, so shuffle forward and lash out. Sorry. Go one more time. Right. Now the lady clearly wants to have a go. So when you present that target, just take your stance as well. You might as well practice it while you're at it. Okay. So with you, that's the chin. Remember, gun towards the target. Exactly. And you want to shuffle forward by pushing off with your rear foot and lashing out with that. Now if you can do it all in sort of one motion, rather than like step, then fire,
okay,
you want to do it
step
step
gets difficult.
Yeah, that's the thing. And one more time. Go and give me one more.
That time.
See,
that was really soft
that lovely crisp sound that you get.
Yeah.
You know, that's when it starts coming together. And when you've got pads and you hear somebody going bang, 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 and they just come back out, you think, yeah, that's getting pretty good now. That's the kickboxing side of it. It's like in a nutshell. There's a couple of different techniques plus a bit of footwork. Plus there's some self-defense. Alright? Now, heads or tails?
Is this a double-sided coin?
For the camera? That is a head. That is a tails.
Right. Heads.
Heads. It is a tails. Unlucky, my friend. Right, you are it. Now,
Tug, you're it.
Now, one of the things that happens like on the street and that kind of thing is somebody gets you in a bear hug, right? Typically from behind, particularly a strong man, right? And that's not being sexist. That's just typically what happens, especially bodybuilder types. It's like, I've got a big hold of you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and break free of your bear hug, okay? So
That's not going to be hard.
So what I want you to do is just literally just get your hands around my waist like that, and then just squeeze as hard as you like. That's it. So that's your typical bear hug, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get him off, all right? And there's a variety of ways I can do that, but I could just do that instead.
What was that?
You hurt.
So all I do is I literally make a clenched fist with this hand, okay? Get the palm of my hand, this one, place my knuckles against the lady's knuckles, and then the palm of my hand across there. And are you okay with feeling this? And you literally, you grate some cheese. Right? And you do tend to get that response.
Really good.
That's amazing.
It has to be said, it doesn't work with everybody. There's some people who've got like deadened nerves, some people who are just like so pumped full of adrenaline that they just ignore it. But for a lot of people, they just go, and all you need is that moment. Bang, whatever, just throw an elbow, get away.
So that was quite a lot of pain for just a small technique.
That's the wonderful thing about self-defense.
Yeah.
It's small things that a lot of people can pick up and learn, and they just go, no, I know that, and I can take it out in the street, and I'm happy with that, and I feel more confident about myself. So that's like the two elements of the kickboxing and the self-defense. The kickboxing is great for like sports, competitions, if you do want to like defend yourself on the street, it can be used for that. But the self-defense is purely on, this is the situation you're in, and I know we talked earlier about handbag scenario, just like somebody's got my handbag, what do I do? Here's something you can do. You know, and it doesn't need to escalate to that point. There are certain periods before that where you can say that's enough and break away, but there's certain things like that which are a little bit more vicious, right? For those people who just refuse to let go, right? Unfortunately, I think that's all we've got time for. So thank you very much.
I'm going to go
Thank you
home
very much.
and nurse my nipple.
Please do come along to the kickboxing self-defense class if you want, and if you two want as well, you're quite welcome to come along. I believe during the first couple of weeks it's actually free to come along to try out, along with all the clubs and societies. So by all means, come along and see what we've got.